Hey everyone, good morning. It's me, Lindsay. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Moms on the Left University. And thanks, Teddy, for joining us. Today we're going to be talking about the First Amendment and religious freedom. So what does the First Amendment say about the practice and establishment of religion in the United States? The First Amendment says two specific things, two specific parts about religion. First is the Free Exercise Clause, which says Congress can't make laws that prohibit the free exercise of religion. And the second is the Establishment Clause, which says Congress can't make laws that establish a religion, or can't make laws that favor one religion over another, or religion over non-religion. So basically today, when the courts look at laws that have to do with religion, there's sort of two things that an individual has to prove, and those two things, let's say you think a law is unfair, is restricting your First Amendment freedom of religion, you have to prove that you really do have a religious interest at stake, and that the law is really placing an undue burden on your ability to practice your religion. And then the state has to prove that this law, they're doing this law for a compelling state interest, and that the way that they carried the law out isn't specifically targeting a religion, and isn't is basically the least restrictive way of protecting said state interest. So where this has sort of become an issue recently is with employers and what employers can and can't do. There was a case a few years ago where Abercrombie Kids or something refused to hire a woman because she was Muslim and wore a headscarf. And the Supreme Court said that is ridiculous. There's no legal basis for that. That's not a compelling state interest. So the woman in that case won. Another really big famous case within the last few years was the case about Hobby Lobby in 2013, where Hobby Lobby basically sued the federal government and said that they shouldn't have to provide contraceptives for their employees, as the Affordable Care Act stipulated. And the Supreme Court actually ruled in favor of Hobby Lobby there. They said that that part of the ACA placed an unfair burden on the owners of Hobby Lobby to, practice their religion that went against their religious beliefs. So the problem with religious freedom and the First Amendment is that there's really no hard and fast rule about what is and is not allowed. It's really sort of on a case-by-case basis. So a lot of cases that the federal court system hears are about religion, freedom of religion, because there's no super clear set guidelines about this is allowed, this is not allowed. So hopefully this has been a good explainer for you on religious freedom in the United States, and a few examples of when states can or cannot make laws that inhibit religion or religious practice. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week.